Charlie said, I called, besides thank you, there is one more thing. That is, I want to know who killed my parents in those years. Do you have any clues? Stephen sighed. I have been looking for clues for so many years, but I haven't been able to find any. Moreover, when the group of dead men killed your parents, they all had soft capsules made of potassium cyanide in their mouths. This kind of cyanide is a highly toxic substance specially used by agents since the First World War. 0.1 gram can kill people, and there is no cure. Back then, I saw them die in front of me, but there was nothing I could do. I wanted to check their fingerprints, but I found that their 10 fingers had been artificially erased, and there was no clue from them. Let alone find out the identity, even the nationality could not be judged. Charlie asked, Then do you have any suspects? Stephen said, This. I think there is a 50% possibility that someone from the Wade family did it. Oh. Charlie asked coldly, Why do you say that? Stephen said, Your father, who was extraordinary and heroic in Eastcliff back then, was the rising star of the entire Wade family. He led the Wade family to open up the frontiers and expand the land, slash to the top, and lead the Wade family to the peak. But because of this, he was hated by others. Later, he had some frictions with top Western families, and then he was framed by others. Later, he had a disagreement with Master Wade and left the family in a rage. At the beginning, Master Wade thought your father was just impulsive, so he wanted him to take the opportunity to calm down, but he did not think that your father and your mother would die unexpectedly in Orus Hill. Since then, Master Wade has been deeply saddened, and he wanted to find your whereabouts and bring you back to cultivate. He even hoped to train you into the next generation because of the guilt of your father. However, in the next life, someone in the Wade family will be disadvantaged by you. After all, the old master is too old. If he takes you back to the Wade family and exposes you to the family members, he may not be able to protect you comprehensively, so made a private opinion. Settled you in Orus Hill, and then completely concealed your information. When Philip from the GU family came to see you, I did not let him know that you were here. Charlie asked again, Then why did you find me back some time ago? Stephen said earnestly, Master, let me tell you that old Master Health has been getting worse and worse in the past 2 years. However, he is quite dissatisfied with the status quo of the Wade family's sons not seeking to make progress, and is not willing to hand over the Wade family to them. I told him that you are still alive. The master is naturally very excited. So I want to train you as an heir. The M Grand Group and RMB 10 billion are just for you to practice. In the future, when you are willing to go back, the Wade family's trillions of wealth may be handed over to you, making you responsible to manage it. Charlie said lightly, I know, Steward Stephen, for so many years, I have troubled you. Stephen said hurriedly, Master, I am ashamed to be too shameful. Your father was so kind to me, not to say that this little thing is to make him feel bad, and I will never hesitate. Charlie said with emotion, I am not interested in the assets of the Wade family, but when the time is right, I will definitely investigate the hidden circumstances of my parents who were killed in the past. At that time, the liquidation should be liquidated, and the life should be paid. Stephen was very excited, and said with a trembling, Master. With your words, I will die for you next. You are now the supreme man, the true dragon on earth. I believe that with your strength, you can definitely be the second son and revenge the second wife. At this point, Stephen was already crying. At that time, Stephen had not yet become a housekeeper in Wade's house. He was an assistant to Charlie's father. He was worried by friends because of his rich income. He deceived him to Macau and lost his fortune at the gambling table. Stephen then degenerates into a bad gambler, borrowing from loan sharks everywhere to go to Macau casinos in vain to make a comeback, and resultantly he got deeper and deeper into the trap. In the end, Stephen not only lost everything, but was also chased by loan sharks. When he was desperate, he pressed his hands in the casino, but he didn't expect that his hands were also lost. According to the rules of the Arena of Macau, in the casino, no matter what you lose, you must be willing to bet. And because of this, in the corner of the casino near the casino, don't know how many gambling ghosts live by begging. But even so, these gamblers are still frugal, and want to save a little money and then enter the casino to play. Their lives have been completely abolished. Stephen at that time almost fell to this point. Later, it was Charlie's father who threw tens of millions to redeem him from the casino intact, and then forced him to take an oath to never bet. In order to ensure that he completely quit gambling and landed ashore, Charlie's father specially promoted him and made him his personal butler, bringing him by his side at all times, and would never allow him to touch any more gambling games. Since then, Stephen has come to his senses and wholeheartedly assisted Charlie's father. Not only did he do his best to help Charlie's father, he also learned a lot of valuable management and development experience from him. He grew up in a few years for the most capable servant of the Wade family. Then, he was appreciated by Charlie's grandfather. The old master had the intention to make him the steward of the entire family, but he didn't agree with it, and in the end Charlie's father forced him to agree to the job. In the words of Charlie's father, Stephen has reached his abilities. He should no longer be limited to being his own little personal butler, and should have a broader development space.